We do have fox, but they're not the big five.
No.
How about caribou? Yeah, and I think there's two missing. Doll sheep. Yep, one more.
Grizzly.
Did we get the wolf? Okay, so we have wolf, moose, caribou, bears, and the doll sheep. Why the park was created. There's 39 mammals in the park, some of which were called out. We have coyotes, we have porcupines that you might see waddling along the roadside. 39 mammals and 160 bird species that migrate here throughout the summertime. So I'm happy to stop. Ready to cross over very shortly up ahead of us, and as we do, we're going to be exiting the front.
No.
Trace.
Take only.
Pictures.
Pictures, yep. And kill only.
Footprints.
Mosquitoes. I'll take that. It's actually time. But, whatever works. All right, you folks have a good day. Enjoy your trip. Thank you. Kill only footprints?
Different deciduous trees and cottonwoods, willows, alders, aspen, and I will finish that as we pick up and less of these tall spruce trees and those taller deciduous trees as the permafrost becomes closer to the soil level. To enjoy while we're on the bus today. Make sure that you're enjoying them on the bus. We do have a few opportunistic critters that hang out some of the rest areas and waiting for crumbs to drop. So make sure you're enjoying the food while you're on the bus today. question, but I had a full bus.
That's kind of how it happened.
The horse had no looking sport.
When was Healy yesterday driving to something?
That was scary. That's not scary. It was a
The babies are like going up the road.
Without the crazy selfies. I will not get selfies.
Thank you so much.
Foto beb, baby, foto berempat sini. Cuma saya pakai. Ya. Nggak usah, ya udah ekstra sini. Ya ada satu. Ya udah saya nunduk gitu. Ya udah satu. Ekstra mana? Tuh dua tiga. Tuh dua tiga. Nggak ada di sini. Itu kalau bus yang coklat yang $164 per orang.
Kenapa mahal?
Karena ada yang ngomong sama jelasin. Awalnya kita beli yang itu.
Tapi
650 ya kan per orang, habis itu cancel, uangnya balik. Beli ini aja udah. Dan juga pada tidur semua.
memang iya ada apa? bagusan Mirror's Landing. Gratis. Jauh, lebih bagus jauh. Ini aja. Aku jaket kalau dulu juga, aduh my god, gila. Definisi. Coba Sul, nyetir Sul.
There is not. No, I remember I pointed out where it was back there and said, when we were looking at the carrier.
Gini doang ya? Iya. Jojoran.
Cuma kalau misalnya lokasi yang paling berongat tuh ada tulisan kayak gitu. Jadi areanya tutup. Mana itu jalan? Jalan ke ujung.
I'm already sweating.
Let's see if we can find something.
Plan a hike. Ini yang kemarin Naskah ambil kan? Ini lihatin. Apa itu? Tanah. Oh. Ini kalau di zoom. Early visitors. Oh, start. Back in time.
From the time it was established in 1917, Mount McKinley National Park tempted the imagination of tourists with its wildlife and scenic beauty. But for most, travel to this remote region was an unachievable dream until completion of the new railroad in 1923 opened up Alaska's interior. And Mount McKinley was the star attraction. Tourists with time and money to spare were eager to experience this new national park. Many traveled thousands of miles by train to the docks in Seattle, to Seward, Alaska by steamship, then on the Alaska Railroad to finally arrive at the park depot. Most of these visitors had hopes of seeing the mountain up close. The park's first superintendent, Harry Karstens, had a staff of only one ranger. He worried about this onslaught of tourists and of meeting their needs.
The only way to get even near the mountain is by saddle and pack train, a 2-week trip. We have nothing to offer those visitors who need attendants to make them comfortable, or who think of riding in terms of cushioned motor cars.
It's true, travel inside the park was difficult, and Karsten saw the need to open it up to more people. Slowly but surely, work progressed on a road stretching further into the park. By the 1930s, there were many more ways for a visitor to experience the park. Employees of Mount McKinley Tourist and Transportation Company met people at McKinley Station and drove them the 12 miles up the park road to Savage Camp. Considering we're in the heart of Alaska, this camp really is quite civilized. Good meals, and I understand we'll even have a dance tonight. Our sleeping quarters are comfortable, complete with a little heating stove. When I asked about running water, the manager said, "Sure, we've even got hot running water. Just tip the kettle." Most visitors stayed only a day or two. Some took a day trip by stagecoach up Savage River, called the Big Game Drive because of the chance to view wildlife, while others traveled the park road by automobile or tour bus, or hopped a ride on what was called the Highway in the Sky. The more adventurous, with more time, traveled by pack train and saddle horse to camps deeper in the park. In 1939, the new 86-room McKinley Park Hotel, billed as the last word in comfort, opened near the McKinley Station Depot, and Mount McKinley Tourist and Transportation Company closed Savage Camp and moved to Camp Eielson at mile 66 of the park road. Today, as in the past, tourists come from far and wide to experience the wild beauty of the park. The words of the first superintendent, Harry Karstens, from decades ago, still ring true today.
Mount McKinley Park has much to offer those who understand the language of the great silent places. Here can be found an indescribable calm, a natural park preserved for you and me, for our children, unspoiled and unmarred.
Oh, dia yang bikin ini semua ya.
Hah?
Dia yang mulai ini semua. Tuh bikin ini. Pas baru mulai. Masih baru mulai.
Denali National Park and Preserve is home to the only working sled dog kennel in the entire National Park Service. The dogs and the rangers here uphold a tradition as old as Alaska itself. A way of living, working, and traveling that some may think exists only in the past. The park's kennels are one of the few left in this country that still breed and raise the large freight hauling style of Alaskan Husky. While dog teams were once common in many households in Alaska, used to support travel and transportation of supplies, when modern technology like snowmobiles and airplanes gained popularity, sled dogs began to disappear. Rangers hope that will never be the case here. The Denali Kennel carries on not just the history and heritage of Alaska, but the park itself. Dogs have played a key role in Denali since 1922, when the park's kennel was first established. They have worked with rangers to do everything from patrolling for poachers to supporting scientists studying climate change. While the work of the dogs has evolved over time, so too have the bloodlines.
One of the things that Denali's dogs are known for is that they're the traditional freight style dogs that used to be found all across Alaska when everybody had their own dog team for traveling or hauling, running trap lines. Throughout the year, kennels rangers carefully assess each dog's performance in all aspects of their jobs. Is the dog confident, independent, outgoing and friendly? Do they get along well with other dogs? Is their fur thick enough to keep them warm out on the trail when it's 40 below? Are their paws large but compact? Do they demonstrate a true desire to run and pull? And can they lead a team with confidence, but also work in partnership with the musher?
From this analysis, the kennel's manager chooses the breeding pair, the dogs who will continue the bloodline. Once a breeding takes place, gestation lasts 60 to 65 days. The pups are born in the kennel, and the staff are always on hand to assist with the arrival of the newest canine rangers.
For the first few weeks of their lives, the pups are entirely dependent on mom.
Ini muter, oh enggak. Ini kenapa belok-belok ya? Kenapa nggak bisa?
Boleh ya.
Tahu. Oh, nggak bisa, harus on time ya?
Time for you to go enjoy the dogs. Thank you so much for your time here today. Please don't put your favorite on the running or consider them if they get to run.
Oh itu, kirain patung. Diikat semua ya? Ya kita jalan yuk. Diikat semua kok. Yuk. Enggak, dia cuma jelasin. Setelah jelasin lihat sini. Jelasinnya paling begitu-begitu doang. Ikat semua, Beb, tenang. Oh, ini papisnya kecil. Harus cari ini. Lucu ya kalau gitu kecil. Panas, ada namanya semua ya, Spark. Kan udah tahu masing-masing. Enggak. Kapan lagi bisa megangnya, pegang? Mama tuh suruh pegang, kapan lagi megang anjing? Oh, bang, ya. Ya, nggak mau. Oh, dia suka di petting nggak?
Berarti kalau winter ya.
Iya baru. Mama mana mama?
Tadi mau keluar. Tadi kabur. Dari bisa dipegang.
Yang tadi doang.
Kan kita di Rusia juga pernah lihat.
Oh iya, pas lagi musim dingin ya. Coba. Ya dia pergi.
Iya, mereka nggak usah lah, nggak usah.
Gotta fluff your coat.
I have a friend and we call him
Sana teman tuh.
Jangan Kak, aku tuh mau kabur.
Asal deketin. Habis itu Belva ayo. Ayo Bel, maju Bel. Ya. Nengok sini, nengok.
So what happens when they retire?
So they get adopted
Excel,
out.
Aska mau pegang
There's
nggak?
an application process on the park website.
Okay.
So we have a running list of applications that when they come of age, when they turn 9,
Okay.
start going through those.
Okay.
Nggak mau rekam ada sorry mau. Mau rekam, kamu sambil pegang aja gitu Pak. Oh ya udah.
So they're
Yeah,
bred
yeah,
from
pegang,
then
go.
puppy to 9 and
Sekarang
stay
Bel.
here.
Yeah, sometimes
Nggak apa-apa,
when
tunggu.
we have
Oke.
puppies this little and they just don't have the same love to run, they'll be adopted out sooner. Or if they show any signs of like aggression or fear on the line, they'll be adopted out. So we're looking for dogs that really enjoy the work. Yeah. And sometimes some of them have different coat variations, so as they get older and their coat changes, they could be adopted out earlier due to things like that, so they can't stay as warm. Yeah.
How long do they typically live?
For bigger dogs like this, it's typically 14 to 16. Wow. Yeah, actually for sled dogs, 9 is a pretty early retirement age.
What other questions?
Berbulan-bulan diem doang. Mau lagi Bel?
Bulunya empuk ya, please.
Aneh banget ya?
Yeah, of course.
Iya.
Take care.
Hujan gimana? Enggak, itu kan dikasih air, Sal.
Enggak tuh, disitu hujan, gimana hujan?
Mana?
Itu disitu hujan tadi.
Nah iya, dikasih air tuh.
Kocak dia.
Ini dia summer istirahat, kepanasan.
They had roadhouse there where the military was stuck overnight. It should have to have the road and the water and everything all ready for the dogs and the water. They housed the mail carrier for the night. Find your Denali sled dog.
Ini apa?
Tempat peralatan nyimpen.
Nggak boleh masuk kali ini. Bau ya?
Iya. Excel duduk situ tuh foto.
Mau. Ya mobil sana, jalan. Kenapa?
Tahu, sebel ya, Excel nih. Nyariin gini enak.
Kenapa sih? Sel, jangan narik-narik gitu, Sel.